Hi there, it's fun and it's groovy and it sounds great. Let's talk about note bending. It's what everybody keeps asking me about. Very briefly, there are 4 types of note bending: draw bending, blow bending, overblow, overdraw. Why do we do it? Because it's fun and it's groovy and it sounds great, and it's kind of what the harmonica does. And also because we can turn these 10 holes into 40 notes or more, rather than just the 20 that we have. So the 20 notes we have are hole 1, blow, draw, hole 2, blow, draw, etc. So 10 holes, 20 notes. So that's what you get on the diatonic harmonica, right? And those are the notes on the piano, white notes on the piano, with a few missing, but it's basically the white notes of the piano, let's say. And then when you can learn the bending process, you can start filling in the black notes on the piano. So it expands your repertoire, it expands what you can do, and it sounds groovy. So let's have a look at draw bending on hole 1 to start with. I'll use a C harmonica. It's easier because then it relates exactly to the piano keyboard. Let's get on to hole 1, draw bending. So draw bending is when you breathe in and the pitch goes down. Sounds like this. Can you hear the pitch going down? E-Yooo. It goes down on hole 1, 1 to 6 all the way. It goes down to just above where the blow note is. So those are the extremes, the high and the low of hole 1. Breathe in on hole 1, you get the high note. And breathe out on hole 1, you get the low note. And we want to try and pitch that bend to halfway, exactly halfway between the two. You can bend it too much and it goes down to just above the blow note, but we are aiming for halfway. So we're aiming for halfway. So in terms of the actual notes, it's D when you breathe in, D flat when you bend it, and then C when you breathe out. So you're trying to go D, D flat, C, and up the other side. So you're looking for that D flat or C sharp, whichever you call it. How do we do it? Well, the first thing for note bending is you must have a strong, solid, clear single note. It's no good if you're playing. It's not going to work. It's got to be a clear, strong, solid single note. That's the starting point. And then to have a target in mind. So you know the pitch is going to go down, and you don't want it to go down too far. You just want it to go down to the correct note, which is the D flat. You can go anywhere you like in between D and C, as you wish, but let's try and get it so that it fits the guitar fretboard and the piano keyboard, so you know exactly what the rules are, then you can break them afterwards. So how do I do it? E-Yooo. So I find the shape of saying E-Yooo makes the note bend. Many people have got different ways of doing it. Some people say O-You, O-You, E-Yooo, O-Ya. There's many different ways. So find out what works best for you. But I think the best thing is to start with empty lungs, so you have plenty of space to breathe in. Get your single note. And then start. The tongue goes back. The jaw goes down. It's like whistling. You know when you whistle? That's a very good description of what happens. Even if you're whistling breathing out or in. If you're whistling breathing in, that's even more accurate, isn't it? E-Yooo, E-Yooo. So you're trying to get the throat and the tongue and the whole vocal tract to go back and down. E-Yooo, E-Yooo. So your mouth goes from that shape, E, with the tongue fairly near the front. E, E, E-Yooo, E-Yooo, O-You. Toy, toy. You can try any number of those things. Toy, toy, I find that doesn't work for me, but for some people it does work. E-Yooo, E-Yooo. Okay, so try that. And then when you've got that note, E-Yooo, then blow to get the C. E-Yooo, blow. E-Yooo, blow. Now, start quietly, and as the bend comes along, you hear the pitch change. Slow down and get louder. Slow down and get louder. E-Yooo. Slow down as you hear the pitch change. Slow the tongue movement backwards. And get louder to stop it stalling, because the danger is this. It kind of stalls out. As the tongue goes back, it rises up and it slows down. It speeds up the airflow, and you need to slow down the tongue movement. It speeds up the airflow as it rises. A bit like when you squeeze the end of a hose pipe that's flowing with water. Squeeze it and the water flow speeds up, doesn't it? And you can squirt people with it. So as the tongue goes back and it rises up, it speeds up the airflow, but you need to do it very slowly. And as the airflow is restricted, it can stall, so increase the volume. Turn the tap on a bit on your hose pipe. Then blow. Then go back to that bend if you can. And then release it. So I'm going E-Yooo. Keep that shape. Blow or E. E-Yooo, blow or E. So you've got draw, bend it down, blow, back to the bend, release, and start again. So you've got 4 notes there. E or blow or start again. E or blow or. So it's D, D flat, C, D flat, start again. 4 separate notes. When you're getting that, try and repeat each note. Or even ta, ta. You might find that ka works better. Or just with the ha. Or with a T, ta. Ta, 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 ta. Okay, so then the next stage is to take the harmonica out of your mouth in between notes. Because that teaches you to be independent and go straight to it. When you're plucking these notes out of the air, how do I know if it's the right note? You need a point of reference, don't you? So a piano keyboard, a guitar, whatever you've got, even a piano keyboard on an app, you just need to know what is that correct pitch. Have you got another harmonica that's got a D flat on it, or a C sharp? The harmonica, the D harmonica should have that, shouldn't it? So it's 3 draw on a D harmonica. And that should help you. A point of reference, anyway, is what you need. A tuner app, yeah, you can use that. Tuner apps tend to have 2 different modes. One is it's a sound producer, it plays a note for you, so that's a better way of doing it. So get it to play the note of D flat or C sharp. The other way a tuner works is it listens to you and tells you what you're doing. So yeah, that can help as well. Better to train your ears, so better to have a note to listen to and go, yeah, I need to play that note. I think, because when you're on the bandstand with the band, you want to hear the musical context, you want to know what you're doing, so you have to be able to find that note. they might want to start a tune with that note. Okay, see how you go with that. That's whole 1 draw bend on a C harmonica. So I guess the next question is, where would you use this note, this whole 1 draw bend? Well, I use it in blues all the time, so anything bluesy and jazzy, it's going to work. So as a passing note, it works well in a G blues. Could use it as a starting point for a what we're aiming for is just to increase the notes that we've got available, so that if it comes up in a tune, we can just play it without having to worry about, oh, I can't play that on a C, I can't play a D flat on a C harmonica. Well, now you can, once you've learned this. There you go. It's very useful, isn't it? Learn it, get it available, put it in your toolbox, and then you'll be able to do it. Of course, the next thing is to grab all your other harmonicas. So do whole 1 draw bend on your D harmonica. So go up all the way on your F, and then go down. So go down to a B flat maybe. Maybe down to an A, maybe a G, and so on. Oh, I can't do that. It's a low C. Well, just about do it. So it's going to be useful. Trust me, it's going to be useful. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.